What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the HFD Footy podcast. Gather round's over. The dust has settled. The curse is over. The curse is over. Now, you Carlton supporters know what I'm talking about. And we got a star-studded lineup tonight. CROM, welcome in. King of the North.
Thank you for having a sip of coffee, but thank you.
King of the North.
The King of the North.
G'day, everybody, and welcome.
And the Prince, Johnny Carlton, welcome back.
Welcome.
Gather round, everybody.
And everyone in the chat, welcome in, guys. What a huge round that was. Gather round, unbelievable. It's hard to say like how good it was because it was that good. I got to meet Johnny Carlton for the first time, so that was a big highlight for me. And I want to say, yeah, it was a good time with Johnny, so it was awesome. Also, King of the North, he rode solo on the weekend and smashed it. Absolutely smashed the watch along. So, a round of applause to the King. Well done, King. Well done, King. And yeah, guys, what a weekend! What a weekend! Gather round was amazing. Here's a quick picture of it. Footy Festival, gather round. Unbelievable. Now, huge games happened. A lot of huge games. Now we are going to start with the first game of the round. Now I know that that CROM probably doesn't want to talk about it, but it is what we have to do. But it is what we have to do. But before we do, there will be a Johnny Rant tonight, Johnny Carlton Rant, and there will be a bold call of the week and a new segment. Johnny, what's the new segment?
The new segment, the banana of the week.
Okay, I can't wait for that one. You just got to cue me on, man, when it comes on, all right? Guys, if you're brand new, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also, Cosmic Landing is the music for the podcast, so go check them out. Link is in the description. All right, let's get into it. Gather round Thursday night. Me and the King did a watch along for this one. It was the Crows versus the D's. 8 goals, 15, 63 to 10 goals, 18, 78. Look, I watched this one with the King. Let me just say, the Crows look a lot better than they did probably since they started their campaign, and yeah, they their pressure was really good. What they did lack though was damage. Like when they get the ball, they take it into their 50, or they try to create. They just don't damage. And you know, they had a lot of the ball. I said it in the post game review that yeah, they just can't damage. They can't damage teams. Melbourne goes into their 50, they damage you. You know, their midfielders damage you every single time. So big concerns for Adelaide. But if you're an Adelaide supporter, you're going to be at least happy with the performance. They did try. They did try, and some players did play a lot better than they have. But as I said, you're just missing that damaging player to really propel the Crows. I don't know. Last year they had it there, and this year I don't know where it's gone. It's like it's vanished. You know, Taylor Walker. You know, he was on fire last year. He's not on fire this year. You know, there's a stat, guys, that says every time Taylor Walker scores 2 or less goals, their win rate is 15%. Now, if he scores 3 goals or more, 66% win rate. So you can see how important his form and all that is to the Crows. I do have a few graphics here. Johnny G, chime in. Let me know if you agree with this. Advertisers come out and said season over. History suggests 0-4 Crows can kiss the finals goodbye. That's one. And another one as well. Adelaide draft woes. Now, if you ever look at this list, you know, we're looking at the draft picks. Have they stuffed up their draft picks? So, 2016, Jordan Gallucci, pick 15. Where's he? Nowhere. Darcy Fogarty, pick 12, 2017. Still in the team, but he still hasn't reached the heights that everyone thought. Chance Jones, 2018. He was picked in the Super Draft. This is the draft where guys like Butters, Rosie, Sam Walsh, there's a few other ones. Is it Brody Smith? Not Brody Smith. Smith from Worcester Bulldogs. There's a few other ones in there too. The Max brothers. That was that draft. So Chance Jones, I mean, he's doing okay, but is he at the caliber of a Butters or a Rosie? Nowhere near. Ned McHenry, same. Pick 16 in the same draft. Fisher McStay. Riley Philthorpe. Now, that's another one that he is injured, but pick number 2. So he can be something, but he still hasn't proven himself. Luke Pedler, pick 11 in 2020, still hasn't come of age. Josh Rochelle, good player. Some would say selfish. I don't know. But, you know, he's a good player. But, yeah, is he what you need? Is he the guy that is going to break the lines? And then you got Max Michelinini, pick 17, 2022. And Dan Curtin, still haven't seen him play a game yet. Johnny CROM, J CROM, give us the lowdown, man. What's going on with the Crows, man? What is going on?
I mean, yeah, look, going back to that draft picks, of course, hindsight is a wonderful thing, you know what I mean? If you knew that, you know, Butters would be the player, or, you know, Chase Jones would be that type of player, no one's got a crystal ball, so I'm not, you know, I can't really blame them to, like, you know, that no one knows the future, so it's hard to pick players, you know, just on talent-wise. I think that list, Phil Thorpe down, like, to Curtin, those guys still got a lot of potential to come. I think McElhaney's a star back there. He's going to be really good. We haven't seen Curtin yet, but I do think Jones is a spud. I think he's a... Fogarty, was still waiting a long time with him. Yeah, there's a couple other boys that just... I don't rate really McHenry that much either. And obviously a couple of them aren't at the club anymore. But yeah, I kind of agree with the advertiser. I think season is over. I don't think we've got the list to chase down the pack in the 8 now, which is a shame. I think the expectation really got to us this year. Last year, there wasn't that much expectation, even though I had a high expectation last year and we just missed out. But yeah, man, we did play our best game against Melbourne this year. So even though we lost, it was our best performance. If you want to take anything from that. I think Saligo going into the midfield was a big improvement. I think Nix has got to make some changes. I think Laird has to go back into half-back role. They need Rankin on the ball a bit more. And we need to just look life after Taylor Walker. I think he's done. You get to that age where, look, you lose your legs, you lose your pace. It's like Taylor Walker had that last hurrah last season. I don't think he can get to those heights again. I'm not as angry as I was last week. I thought if we beat Fremantle, we had a chance to get on track, to make finals. But after that Freo loss was just demoralising. And I expected a loss against Melbourne. Melbourne are flying. I didn't expect us to be that close by a couple goals. So kudos to Crows about that. But yeah, it's just another waste of a season by the looks of things. I know we're the 14th youngest squad in the AFL. Maybe that's a positive going forward that we still got time with this group. But yeah, man, Crows just need to pick up their intensity even more. They've got to stop being sloppy with the kicks. They can't bomb it into the forward line. They need to pick their targets. And they just need to mix it up. They need to mix, like I said, change a few positions. I think we need to get Curtin in. I think we need Billy Dowling in from our twos. I think Jones, needs to be dropped. And I wouldn't say Rochelle is a hog. I think he was just, in that last quarter, was getting excited. He was getting a few touches. And I think they're just saying he's a hog because he intercepted Taylor Walker for an easy mark. But he didn't know Walker was there. So, but yeah, that's it, man. I think the season's done. Carlton did it last year. They did the impossible. But I just... we all thought Carlton should have made finals at the start of last season, so no one really thought Crows would make it. But, I just can't see him doing a Carlton. And, look, let's just hope we get a few wins this year and enjoy some good footy for the rest of the year.
Yeah, fair enough, guy. No, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yeah, it's as I said, maybe tanking. Maybe tanking is the way to go. You get some draft picks.
Maybe get those draft picks before Tasmania.
Yeah, that's right. Johnny Carlton, now, I know that you were driving into Adelaide at the time, or I don't know if you watched this one, but what do you think of the Crows' performance? And how about Melbourne? Anyone going to say anything about Melbourne? What do you think of them?
I was at a pub watching this. I was expecting a miracle from Adelaide. I was like, you know what? I'm in Adelaide. Maybe that was the spark that they needed. Johnny Carlton in Adelaide. Maybe that would give him some hope. But it was always just a downfall, like the palmy was I had for dinner that night. But anyway, so let's not talk about that. But as I said, look, to be honest, Adelaide showed more of a fight than I thought they would. So I know, you can only say it's 3 goals, 14 points, as I said. But if Adelaide were accurate in front of goal and they were more damaging in the forward line, it could have gone either way, to be honest. But it's just Melbourne had the experience down in the forward line. They had the experience in the midfield. You're going up against an Oliver, Petrarca, Viney type of midfield. It was always going to be a hard challenge. But look, as I said, I'm glad Adelaide didn't get blown out by 30, 40 points. I'm glad they still stood in there. As I said, obviously gather around all the footies in Adelaide. Adelaide wanted to actually make an impact. Say this is why you should come to Adelaide every year. But as I said, it was a good close game at the end. But as I said, Melbourne just too strong, too powerful. And as I said, Melbourne, you got to give them credit. They've been in Adelaide for a week, and they knocked over both Adelaide teams as well in Adelaide. So, as I said, very impressive from Melbourne, and only in a 5-day period. So, as I said, now Melbourne 8 points in a 5-day span. As I said, should be very proud of them, and they're back, I reckon. So, I reckon, as I said, I think they're going to be a top 4 team this year, and it's going to be hard to beat Melbourne. But, now Oliver's back with his possessions. They're getting their groove. I know they're going to lose Pickett this week for a suspension, but as I said, I reckon they've just become a better team in the last month after their loss to Sydney, and they look like a damaging top 4 team. So, as I said, Melbourne, good on you. And Adelaide, as I said, courageous. So well done, Adelaide. If you're an Adelaide supporter, you should be happy with that performance. So.
All right, there you go. Look, I actually, while watching the game, King of the North can vouch for this as well. I thought Melbourne weren't playing their best footy either. They were just, I don't know, they didn't have the same flair as they did the week before. So I'm not sure if that was the Crows pressuring them a lot, or I don't know if they just didn't have enough free run as they did against Port. So probably due to Crows pressure. So, or it could have been the 5-day break. I don't know. They just didn't look as, I don't know. And Stephen May taking those intercepts with bloody broken ribs or whatever is unbelievable. Like, he took so many intercepts in that back half for him. So, yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team, the D. So, King of the North, what do you reckon?
Making the 5 changes was a big thing. So dropping those 5 players and bringing in some fresh blood really turned things around. It looked like they played much better than the weeks before. So there is good signs there for Adelaide. But yeah, Melbourne just too good. But yeah, it was a much better performance. They tried harder. They just seem to have problems in their, like, just the forward line. As John said, it's just the forwards where they're not kicking enough goals. So, you only got Fogarty kicks 2 goals, and then you get a few others, but yeah, your main forwards aren't really performing. So if you get out of the back and you're coming through the midfield, you're just kicking up in the air. So yeah, as you say, you got to target your players instead of bombing it. Carlton had that problem for a while too last year. So, and a lot of teams do it. Port Adelaide's done it as well. So yeah, they're much improved, and but Melbourne were good. I think they were struggled a bit because of the game that they had with Port Adelaide as well, but they got away with it. Petrarca was amazing. He kicked a goal and 29 disposals, and Frisch with 3 goals as well. So they're not on the top of the table for no reason, Melbourne. So yeah, they're a good side.
Well, there you have it, guys. The Crows, Melbourne, started off gather round. Now, before we go to the next game, I probably should have done this in the beginning before we started, because I got too excited, guys. I was just too excited. But, guys, Johnny Carlton especially, you went to gather round. He came to Adelaide. What was your thoughts, man, of the round, and would you come back? Are you coming back?
Yeah, look, first time going to gather round. Very excited. Look, as I said, Adelaide's different to Melbourne. Very different. A lot smaller than what Melbourne is, that's for sure. But I had probably one of my favourite weekends, and the group have already confirmed that we will be going next year as well. So once tickets come out for next year gather round, we will be getting them straight away. So locked in for next year. So we will be back in Adelaide in 2025, which is very good news for another year of gather round. But as I said, a lot of footy, different venues. As I said, it was a good experience. It's good to see a lot of fans come to gather round for footy, and as I said, it's good for Adelaide community as well. I was talking to a couple of little small Adelaide towns and cafes, and they said they've never been busy like this before. So, as I said, it's good to play footy, except for Melbourne, instead of Melbourne. So as I said, I don't think gather round should move from Adelaide. I think Adelaide's a perfect choice for gather round, and I think they should keep it. I wasn't a fan of it last year. Maybe it's because Carlton lost by 60 points, but this year was a bit more relieving after a win. So, as I said, I had a very good time in Adelaide, and I will be back next year. So,
apart from the game, what was one of the highlights? Like, So take the game out of it. What was one of the highlights of your weekend? Like, what gave you goosebumps? What gave you something,
I have a couple of highlights. Well, first of my highlight was meeting you, Chris. See, that was amazing on Friday night. So, yeah, that was good to finally meet. And the second half of the HFD media boys. So got a couple more to meet. But apart from the Carlton game, look, as I said, as a non-Port Adelaide fan, I thought Never Tear Us Apart in the opening scene was amazing. That just gave me goosebumps. I was loving it. I could sit there every week and watch Never Tear Us Apart before the game. It's just excitement and just it was so good. But game wise, probably my favorite game was probably, to be honest, I thought Collingwood Hawthorn put on a show at last game of Gather Round. So that gave me goosebumps. I thought Hawthorn was gonna steal it off the Pies, but unfortunately Collingwood getting over the win. But I'll talk more about it when we come to it. But as I said, a lot of highlights in Adelaide. So
cool, man. Glad you had a good time, and it was, as I said, it was great meeting you. Can't wait to meet you again, and make some good memories. J CROM, you went to a game.
Yep.
What do you think of Gather Round, man? Did you enjoy it?
I loved it, man. I went to the Gold Coast GWS game in Mount Barker. But when we get to the Sunday games, I'm pretty much useless, man, because I hardly watched any of the football that day. I got too loose with the boys. It ended up at Norwood Food and Wine Festival, and it was just one of those days, man. I did watch the ending to Hawthorn and Collingwood though on the big screen. That was exciting, that last quarter. But I didn't get to see much of the footy that day, but I had a good day.
I was at the Food and Wine Festival too.
Yeah, nice.
Well,
it was
killer. Yeah, well, I went to obviously only went to one game because I was working the whole weekend. So I went to the Port Adelaide Essendon game, and is someone touching their mic?
Oh, was, yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you hear it? You can hear you touching it. So I went to the Port Adelaide Essendon game, and it was, I don't know, like the feeling of the place was felt like a festival. So I love that feeling of that festival feeling. People everywhere. There was not just Bomber supporters, not Port supporters. There was Crow supporters bloody sitting next to me. There was different teams there. So different supporters. So it was nice to see. It was a different vibe than a normal Port Adelaide home game. As Johnny Carlton said, they'd be crazy to move it anywhere else. I can't see them moving it to New South Wales or Queensland. I just don't think they love footy like we love it over here. And the only other place that could probably do it is Perth, but it's too far away. Logistically, doesn't work, and they don't have the stadium right where the city is like Adelaide does. Adelaide's right where the city is. You know what I mean? So, and it's not going to cost a fortune to get to Adelaide from Melbourne, or from the eastern states. So, what Lee Matthews said about us getting an advantage, Crows and Port, for getting an extra home game. Mate, how many home games do Collingwood get every year? Come on, Lee. It might be a disadvantage maybe to WA teams, but it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I loved it, and I hope it stays here forever. So, all right, King of the North. Before we go, I know that you didn't go to the games, but did you feel any different while doing the watch-alongs, or?
Oh, I nearly watched every single game, unlike you three. But it was good. Just spent the weekend just watching footy, and was absolutely knackered by the end of it. I was overdosed on football, watching every single game, but it was good. Good atmosphere. It was good to watch the games at the local grounds as well. So Mount Barker and Norwood and everything. So just to see 15,000 people turn up at the local ground was really, really good to see.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, yeah, as I said, thank you so much for the weekend, King of the North. Did awesome, and look, we got the chat. They're going crazy in there. Quickly, Chris Beach. I got to the Norwood Food and Wine Festival. It was good atmosphere. Well done, Beachy. Oh, we should have met up, mate, for a beer. Toby's in there. GT23. Ivan, how are you, Ivan? And Dragonfly, how are you guys? And Joy of Unknown. I'm predicting Geelong to win the premiership. There you go. And yeah, Reed's in there. Everyone. Anyway, fruit salad wild. There's so many comments there, but guys. All right, guys. All right, next game was the game that I went to with Johnny Carlton. It was where
whoa! You're skipping a game, mate.
What game am I skipping?
North Melbourne.
Lions and Kangaroos.
Oh yeah, I am too. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry about that. I am actually sorry. The list stuffed me up. All right, sorry. Brisbane, North Melbourne, guys. Don't listen to me. All right, here we go. This was the first game at Norwood. It was Brisbane 16-16, 112 to 6-6, 42. Brisbane finally get their win of the season, their first win of the season. Johnny Carlton, you were there. What was the atmosphere like? And what is Norwood Oval like? And are Brisbane on the way back to glory?
Yeah, look, this was very entertaining. Not footy-wise, other different-wise. So going to the game and getting into the ground, I said to my mate, I was like, I play local footy on a bigger field than this. What the hell is this? It's like country backyard football or something. There's a church right behind the goals. I was like, what are we here? Like, what?
Yeah.
I know it's the city of churches, but like a church right behind the goals? Like, come on, man. Anyways, we get to the ground and there's basically there's one pavilion and then the rest you're just standing up watching the footy. So as I said, like a local footy ground. But we got there early. My mate's Brisbane. He wanted to sit on the pavilion. So we sit there. Spoke to Gather Round Guy. If any of you know who Gather Round Guy is, he was popular this week. He was wearing freaking nearly every single team. Spoke to him before the game. So that was a bit of a laugh. But my highlight at Norwood Oval was $2 sausages, mate. Can't go wrong.
$2 sausages.
$2 sausages. I was lining up every 10 minutes, mate. They were going off. As I said, back to the game. Look, I thought this outcome was going to happen. North Melbourne just they looked good against Carlton, and then they just didn't look good against Brisbane. And then if you're North Melbourne, at least have a little bit more faith. You're going up a team that's 0-4. Like, you got to show a bit more effort. It's just they just dropped the ball from the first bounce, and just as I said, Brisbane superstars Neil Dunkley, Danaher, they just made an impact in the first quarter, and unfortunately, it was all over by the end of the first quarter. Brisbane just came out firing, and then as I said, after that, it was probably one of the most boringest games I've been to in quite a while. But I was supporting my mate who was Brisbane, so as I said, I'm glad they won. I'm glad to see him sing his song finally for their first win of the season. But as I said, if Brisbane are not playing at Norwood Oval again next year, I don't think I'll be going. If there's $2 sausages, because that was a blast. But apart from that, as I said, Norwood Oval, it's different. It's like local footy, but as I said, had a good time. Obviously, I said it again, $2 sausages, can't go wrong. And congratulations to Brisbane getting their first win of the season. So
there you have it, guys. Johnny Carlton doesn't like Norwood. There you go. It makes two of us. Makes two of us.
I just can't believe there's a church right behind the goals. Like, come on, man.
Oh, there's churches everywhere here, man. There's churches everywhere. Everyone, I was driving around with Johnny Carlton. He's like, "Why is there so many churches everywhere?" He's like, "I don't know, man." We don't know when you live here. You don't really notice it, I guess. But when you come, when you come here, nah.
You don't.
J. CROM, did you watch this one?
I watched. I probably tuned out halftime. Just Yeah, predictable win for Brisbane. Yeah, like Johnny Carlton said, North has shown a bit of fight this year, but they sort of laid down in this match. It's probably the perfect game for Brisbane. Kick off their season. Yeah, look, I wouldn't say Brisbane are back. They haven't proved it yet. They've just got the win against North, but they've got a tough game against Melbourne on Thursday night. So let's see if they can back it up. But North still rebuilding. They've probably got a good chance against the Crows coming up. But other than that, we'll see.
King of the North. Did you watch this one?
Yeah, it was a good win for Johnny Carlton's mates. So they've done very well. McCluggage, I think, got the highest disposals for the round. 36 disposals, Dunkley with 31. Danaher with 5 goals, and Hipworth with 3. So the forwards getting their eye in, and that's a good sign for confidence going into the next game. The only really standout for the Kangaroos was Sheasel. He got 35 disposals, so that's about it for the Kangas. So they're going to be struggling a bit. It's a shame because they've been putting 80 points on the board every week, and they should have put a better effort in. But just one of those things. The lines were just on. So there we go. And I tipped the Kangaroos. So stupid me.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna expect these performances sometimes from North Melbourne. You know, they're not always gonna get 80 points, but Brisbane would do a win, so I think the right team won. But I didn't really watch it, so I can't really comment on the game. But well done to Brisbane. Chris Beach did say something here. It's for the locals to confess their drunken sins later on. There you go. That's what the churches are there for. Joy, and then Chris Beach, perfect response. After 50 years, I'm still confessing. Won't be finished anytime soon. That was from Dragonfly. And Joy of Unknown. Yeah, it's interesting. Had crypto advertised all around food places at Adelaide level. There you go. Hello, Tig Bounce. Johnny, is that one of your friends?
Probably.
Oh, there you go. All right, guys. All right. Now we're going back. We'll go back to before. Sorry that I made the error, guys. Sorry I made the error. But Port Adelaide versus the Bombers. Now the big bold call of the week came true for Mr. Johnny Carlton. 7-9, 111 to 6-6, 42. A 69-point win. The Kings' favourite number. Go the power. Go. The Essendon fans. Look, if you're an Essendon fan, Johnny told you so. Johnny told you so. So, you know, he got overs, really. He went overs. So, well done, Johnny. Well done.
Thank you.
Look, Port Adelaide, you know, did what they had to do. Now, that first quarter, Essendon, they came out to play and they were really good. They were really good. They were using their space well. We couldn't maximize. We couldn't shut them down. And when they went forward, Gresham was scoring goals. They were winning a lot of the ball. But our accuracy in that in that first quarter, we were ahead by 1 goal. So, you know, a lot better kicking than the last few weeks. So that was good. Then Ken Hinkley, I know some people don't like him, but he's a tactical genius. He went man on man in the next 3. So he goes, well, our best players, we can go man on each of your players and we'll win. So exactly what he did. And the results are there for you to see. 69 points. Rosie, what a game. What a gun. I mean, 36 touches, 3 goals. Where is he? Here he is. 5 clearances, 3 goals. Kane Cords go, that's as good as a game I've seen play. Rosie, humiliated the Bombers, and that's exactly what he did. I mean, he was everywhere. There was some goals he scored that were amazing. Yeah, and then when he wasn't doing well, then, in the second half, Butters popped up, and then again, Horn Francis, how good was he? That trio there, I know I'm a bit biased, but, they're going to be up there with one of the best trios in the next, 5 to 10 years, I think. They're going to be like a Oliver, Petrarca, Viney. And when they're on, they're going to be hard to stop. So I'm, as a supporter, I'm so happy that we got these players, and the back line. I thought Home Alone. How good was Home Alone?
Home Alone was unreal.
Home Alone was really good. I loved him. Home Alone is Darcy Brian Jones for all you guys out there. He was excellent. I thought Charlie battled all day. He set up a few goals, but in front of the sticks, he's a worry. But I still love you, Charlie. Who else? So Finlayson had a good game, but then he had that slur, and now he's in big trouble for having a homophobic slur. Jeez. That's all over the news, and they're like losing it. So so that was that. I thought Rioli played well. I just thought we just hammered him. Soldo in the ruck in that second half was just unreal. Really matched it with Draper. I set up on the grandstand. I thought I was going to fall over the way. I thought it was so high. It was like this. It was like that, and I was like, oh my god, because I normally sit down the bottom, but it was like really high. So I was like, jeez. But it was good viewing. The Crow supporters next to me sucked. I was going to give them an elbow, but it was all right. It was all right. They were there to just give me some shit, but they were pretty good. I saw Johnny Carlton. It was funny. Like he was wearing a yellow hat, and he was down the bottom at Bay 125, and he's like waving, and I saw him because I saw his yellow hat, and I was like, hey, I could see him, and then he came up after. Yeah. So, hey, look, back to the game. Port Adelaide. Look, we're charging. Don't know what this season is going to bring. There's going to be challenges, but if you're a mediocre side, if you're out there and you're like below the 8, watch out, because if we're on, you're going to be paying the price, because that midfield, that defense, I think the forward line just needs a bit of tinker. If Charlie and Marshall start to click and kick goals, and Finlayson, watch out. We're coming from that premiership. All right, so Carlton, who else? GWS, we're coming. Port Adelaide's coming, all right? Oh, my God. All right. Anyway. Oh, my God. Look at these guys. Anyway, Johnny Carlton, you were there with me. It was a historic moment that we met. We had a good time. He bought me some chips. They were very nice. What do you think of the game? And first port. Is it your first port game? Oh, obviously in Adelaide. David, is your first port game?
Yeah. So a quick shout out to Adelaide Transport, because this is outrageous. I wish Melbourne had this. They had an express bus from Norwood Oval to Adelaide Oval. I got there in like a space of 10 minutes. It was probably the best bus ride I've ever seen in my life. I was talking to all these gather round people. It was like, why can't Melbourne have an express bus ride from Marvel to the MCG? Like, what is going on? Look, went to the game, sat next to some great guys. That was very entertaining. Heard Never Tear Us Apart. That was one of the things I wanted to tick off. I was hoping against Carlton, but it wasn't against Carlton. But it was against Essendon. So heard Never Tear Us Apart in live. So that was beautiful. Then I was sitting next to this annoying kid that just kept saying "Khan the pair" every 4 seconds. I'm like,
"Khan the pair."
He just kept going, "Khan the pair, Khan the pair." And I said to myself,
it wasn't Donny, was it?
He's like 6 years old. And I said to Chris, I was like, by quarter time, I'm running up to level 5 and I'm coming to sit next to you, because this kid is doing my head in. I swear my left ear blue drum, it just exploded everywhere. just every 4 seconds, can't the pair.
They got a habit of doing that, John.
Oh, it's so annoying. Then anyways, quarter time met up with the famous Chris C. That was good. His face just was surprised. He was like, "Is that really Johnny Carlton?" It sure was, baby. I was there. I was live. It was good. We were talking about Adelaide and stuff like that. And then obviously the game just, me and Chris were just laughing and just Rioli doing the thing, Home Alone doing the thing. And then
It's the book.
last Friday, before the game, I said to my mate, Essendon's going to lose by 60 points. You're a Carlton supporter. You don't know what you're talking about. Last Tuesday, I said it on the podcast, Essendon was going to lose by 60 plus. All three of you laughed. I got so much hate on TikTok. Well, Johnny Carlton, bold call, 69 points. Essendon fans, are you listening? Are you listening? When I say something, you listen. Your team is shit. Thank God you got smashed by Port Adelaide. You do not deserve to be at Gather Round. Hopefully Tasmania can replace you at Gather Round in the next 2 years because you guys are actually terrible. But as I said, I was a very happy Gather Round Port Adelaide supporter. There you go. Let's just show the fans. Port Adelaide supporter. Yep. I'm gonna cross this off. Essendon don't deserve to belong on my shirt. But as I said, amazing with Chris C. Good to see a Port Adelaide game live. And as I said, Essendon fans keep sooking. And we'll wait another 10 years till you guys win another final. So,
Jeez. Johnny Carlton goes bang. There you go. Far out. All right. CROM, did you get a glimpse of this fantastic game?
Yeah, I tuned out at 3/4 time when I saw that Essendon had no chance. Just this whole thing makes me sick. I'm pissed off at Essendon for lying down against Port. But yeah, look, Port obviously pay well. I am envious of them, but I hope they crash and burn. And kudos to whatever. Move on. I hate this game.
One quick moment. I bought something for the Essendon supporters.
What'd you
It's
buy?
a surprise. It's a surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Essendon Football Club.
No.
I'm glad you did that for them, not for the Crows. I appreciate that, man. Just...
All right, man.
You'd be gutted.
How
Jeez.
good is this? A real life Essendon supporter. How good? Anyways, that's Essendon support.
Oh my God.
He's not
There we
making
go.
any friends, is he? Not making
All right.
any friends.
Not making any Essendon friends, that's for sure. Oh, jeez. King of the North. You did a watch along on this one.
I did.
Port, do you think this is the best we played?
I think so. Yeah, I've got to say the Bombers were absolute rubbish. They were just so disappointing. Like, I've got a couple of Essendon friends, and like they couldn't even talk about their team on Monday. You know.
Good.
So it was just a really pathetic performance. The only standouts really, like Martin and Merritt, are always good, and like 35 disposals, 36 disposals. Gresham kicks 3 goals, but they were just like bloody cones just on the field, and the power were just killed them. And I think I screamed out Home Alone at quite a number of times during the call, so that was good. Horn Francis, 31 disposals. Rosie, as you said, 36 disposals. Burn Jones, Finlayson, Rioli kicks 3 goals. So just just really good. I don't know what you do with Charlie. If he's going to be a forward and he can't kick goals, I don't know. So, but yeah, the rest of the team, outstanding and good on Port.
Yeah, well, as
And
I said,
do better, Bombers.
yeah, I just think the Bombers are. I don't know what they are. Everyone's touting them as some like crazy attacking team, and I did not see that. Maybe in that first quarter, but as I said, when Port went man on man, shut them down. And the bod call of the week. There's the excuse book. Look. As I said, I don't hate Essendon. Like I'm not a big hater like Johnny Carlton is. But it was nice to beat you. It was nice to beat you because last year we just beat you both times. So I'm happy. Very happy Port supporter over here, and it was good to meet Johnny Carlton at the game. So, all right, well done. All right. Next game. This was the first Saturday game, and it was the West Coast Eagles versus the Swans. Now, I think this is the best game that the Eagles have ever played. So 11 goals, 12, 78 to 15, 14. No, I mean this year, sorry, 104.
Oh, this year?
Yeah. So what, is that 26 points there? That's a good result, man, for West Coast. Like not getting beaten by more than 5 goals. That's an accomplishment in itself. So if I was a West Coast supporter,
good on you, GT 23.
You got to be happy with that, guys. I mean, I didn't watch the game fully. I just watched snippets, but I saw Harley Reid was really good. Like he was, just breaking tackles and opening up the game, and that's how they were scoring. So, and apparently they could have been a lot further in front at halftime. So, I wish they weren't, but they were competitive. And Sydney Swans, they've said they're the benchmark of the competition, them and GWS, and not to smash West Coast by more than like 50 points is, I don't know, is it concerning? I got no idea. So maybe it was the ground, maybe I don't know what it was for Sydney, but weird, but good on West Coast. Johnny Carlton, did you watch this one?
I didn't. I was enjoying some nice Adelaide food at the time. So no, we were out for lunch before the Carlton game. So no, didn't watch it. But I heard something, and it's time for Johnny's banana of the week.
All right, I'm gonna got a graphic for this, but there's the
King's
banana.
got the bananas.
I got the graphic.
Beautiful.
They're bananas.
Johnny Carlton's round 4 of the week banana goes to Miss Callie Underwood.
Oh,
She's gonna be every week. What are you talking about?
Harley Reid. Harley Reid, I am so sorry. You are a gun and you kicked your first goal and it got ruined by Callie Underwood. That woman should never commentate a game ever again. How do you still get a game every single week? How? Oh my God. I cannot watch 5 minutes with her commentating. I was in the city trying to watch a West Coast Sydney game. I heard her voice. I had to turn it off. She gives me anxiety. She's the biggest banana I've ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh. I couldn't even watch a good game of footy. Like West Coast was playing really good footy. I couldn't watch it because of Callie Underwood.
Yeah, she's terrible, man. Terrible.
I had to tune into the radio to hear the game. Like that's how bad I couldn't hear the game. I didn't want to put it on mute. I had to put it on Triple J. So sorry about that. But banana of the week goes to Callie Underwood because how that girl still gets a game, I don't even know.
You know what I feel sorry?
I'm pretty sure she called him Harley Reese the week before as well.
Yeah.
You know what I feel sorry for?
She just gets allocated to the West Coast games now. So yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I feel sorry for West Coast because they have to comp her every week. Imagine every week watching your team and she's on there. You'd want to kill yourself.
You know what she said? You know what she said in the third quarter? West Coast could nearly win their first game of 2014.
2014. I know.
2024. What do you mean 2014? 10 years ago. They won a flag in 2018, you goose.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, she's the biggest banana I've ever seen in my life, man. 2014. Well, are we in 2014, Callie Underwood? Oh,
And you've got to follow the guy on TikTok who actually picks which game bets on which game she's gonna get each week. So he brings.
She should never get another game for the rest of the year.
He lost this week because he thought she was going to get the GWS Suns game, and he goes, "Oh, she couldn't do a back-to-back at West Coast," and he goes, "Oh, I couldn't believe it."
Oh gosh. Anyways, moving on to the game. Look, last time these two teams versed, Sydney scored 200 points, so it's a much positive result for West Coast. I said this year, if West Coast want to be a good team and they need a positive, one of their pass marks needs to be not losing by 100 points. And that was a game that I thought that was nearly going to reach their 100-point mark. But they showed up. They showed some fight. They even showed fight more than North Melbourne did. They were in front in the first or the third quarter. They actually showed some fight. Unfortunately, they couldn't hang on. Sydney were too strong. That's why they're in the top 4. King of the North is eating a Callie Underwood, which is good to see. As I said, look, I feel sorry for the West Coast, but as I said, if you're a West Coast supporter, I hope you enjoyed that performance because actually that was a really good performance. And obviously Sydney were just too strong at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, 100%. And that banana must taste good, King of the North.
Yeah, just let you Kingy the banana.
All right, Johnny CROM, J CROM.
Look, positive signs from West Coast. They gave Sydney a good run right to the end. So look, Sydney just get a win, get a W. But I think West Coast will take a lot of positives out of that game. Elliot Yeo's playing some of his best footies, back to his best. Isn't McGovern just a gun back there, man? He just cleans it up. He's a bit like their Tom Stewart. Look, good signs for West Coast. Obviously, they're in a massive rebuild. And, like Johnny Carlton said, the key is not to get smashed, stay competitive. Moving forward, look like they might get better and better as the year goes. But, still a long way off, climbing that ladder. So,
GT23 goes, talk about rubbing salt into the wound for us with her commentating every week. Yeah.
I feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Anyway.
Crows are going to get it next year, man. Don't worry.
So just with everyone in the comments, the same person cannot get another banana of the week. So it has to be something different every year. But at the end of the year, there'll be a banana of the year. And if you want to vote for Callie Underwood, make sure you vote for Callie Underwood because I reckon she's going to...
We'll do a voting poll somewhere. We'll have a voting poll, okay?
It's going to be hard to beat banana of the year, Callie Underwood. But yes, as I said.
Hopefully we can see her and give her the trophy.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right, King of the North. Did you end up watching this one?
I did actually, and I was very pleasantly surprised for GT23 that West Coast were going so good, and they really tried. They were only 2 points. They kept with Sydney for 2 points up until the end of the third quarter, and then Sydney kicked away at the end. So well done West Coast, well done GT. There is good signs. Duggan and Yeo, 30 disposals, 28 disposals, Cripps with 2, Waterman with 2, and Sydney, they just had goal kickers like all over. So Gillen, Haywood, McDonald, Heaney, Armity, all 2 goals. So, good on. Yeo played really well, I thought, and just led him around quite well. So, good on your West Coast, and let's hope you get a win soon.
All right.
The King of the North.
King of the North. Johnny Carlton's back. Here we go. All right.
Yeah, sorry, just have a drink.
Yeah, no worries. All right, well, that's that game. Now, the next game. Jeez, what a game this was.
Jeez.
What a game this was. lot of controversy behind this one, and Johnny Carlton and the King will like to hear their thoughts.
Massive controversy.
Massive controversy. But look, Freo versus Carlton. Oh, sorry about that. 9 goals, 963 Freo to 10-13-73. Jeez. I got some footage before we start talking about it. So have a look at this, and I want everyone to ask. I'm going to put it in the poll very soon, and tell me if it's
touched.
And tell me if it's touched or not. Okay, let's have a look.
Did Freo get robbed? Deflection of Ace. Paid a mark.
Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it was. It doesn't look like it was,
Carlton
man.
go on to win.
No.
How much does it prevent off the player? What are you talking about?
Anyway, that was that, right? And then after that, this was when Cottrell scored the goal. This was the celebration from Mr. Johnny Carlton. So have a look at this, guys. All right. There we go. Flexing.
He was a Australia. He just won the heavyweight championship.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I love that celebration. Far out. What a game. It wasn't like, it wasn't like the easiest game to watch because Freo play that, stop you and you can't get through. Like they don't play with any flow. Like, so if you're going to play them, it's going to be hard to get your running game going because all they know what to do is just lock you in to any area of the ground. So, and that's why they're only an 8-goal to 12-goal team. They won't be anything more than that. So I don't think that's sustainable. If you're a Fremantle supporter, I think that is not sustainable. If you want to win games, you gotta go for it, not just hold the ball up and I'm not saying it didn't work. It worked because look, Carlton couldn't get their game going until that last quarter, really, and they stifled them. They suffocated them. But Carlton, they're a good team, man, and they figured them out at the end and they won. I mean, yes, technically at the end they got lucky. Yes, they got lucky at the end, and then that free kick at the end with Kennedy for dissent. But look, guys, if someone is out there, because I've seen the comments on TikTok, oh, you're cheating in that, the umpires are cheating. No, they're not. They're not cheating. It was a mistake. If that was touched, it was a mistake. And if that was your team, you would take it any day of the week. If that was my team, I would have taken it. So mistakes happen in footy. Easy to miss marks. I've seen other times when it gets touched and it gets paid. Happens all the time. Okay? Mistakes happen. Yeah, it did cost Freo the goal, but that's footy. That's footy, mistakes happen. So good on Carlton. They're 4-0. Well done. Fremantle, as I said, I don't like the way you play. It's not attractive, but you have won 3. So, you've done more than I thought this year. So we got you this week. So watch out. If you can try stop us. Johnny Carlton, you were at this game. Tell us. I want to know exactly. This is what I want to know. I want to know how you were feeling with 5 minutes to go. Were you like sitting like this? Were you like, were you like, because that's all could picture was you doing that and just like, just on the edge of your seat. Was it anything like that, Johnny? Because it was an edge of a seat kind of game.
No, I wasn't like this. All I could say is if you ever sit in Bay, aisle 127, Bay Q, the chair in front of you is broken after my hand, what they did to that chair on the weekend. Like, the poor chair. Look, I am going to own things where it should have happened. It was touched. As a Carlton fan, it was touched. Clear as day. If that was Freo and against Carlton and that happened, I would have been frustrated. I would have been so angry. But with saying that, there's guys that have been legit to Hungry Jacks and have kicked a goal out of the boundary line and have counted. This year, AFL have made so many mistakes. And then look, as I said, lucky it's only round 4 and lucky it's not even in a final. So Freo fans, if you ever do get into the finals this year, just hopefully that it was in round 4 and not in a final, because obviously it would be more devastating in a final. But at the end of the day, as a Carlton fan, I thought Freo were the better team. I thought Freo just outsmarted Carlton. Freo played the way they wanted to do, and Carlton wasn't liking it. We got very aggravated. We were doing stupid decisions. As I said, it was, I don't know, just the big names didn't step up this week. And I'm good it didn't step up this week because then the other guy stepped up, which was good. So, as I said, it was a roll of emotion. But before I get into the game, it's time for Johnny Carlton's rant of the week.
Oh, no. Johnny Carlton's rant. Johnny Carlton's rant. Let's hear it.
So, we're obviously in gather rounds. You're allowed to wear other teams' colours and all that type of stuff. As I said, I've got every single team on mine. But I'm sitting right behind me. There's a Freo guy in a Freo jersey. And he was screaming the whole game, right? Fair enough. You're allowed to scream for your team. Half time, he goes and gets a drink and food, right? He comes back wearing an Adelaide scarf.
What?
And I was like to my mate, I was like, this guy's a Freo supporter and he's wearing an Adelaide scarf. Is he Freo or is he Adelaide? So I asked him a question. I was like, sir, who do you go for? He goes, I barrack for Freo. I was like, so why do you wear an Adelaide scarf? He goes, it's a bit cold. Okay. So you couldn't buy a Freo scarf? Anyways, at the end of the game, he was filthy. All his mates were drinking. He had to owe around for his mates. 2 minutes after Carlton win, he comes back and he's wearing a Geelong hat. And I said to myself, mate, you've been giving me crap behind my ears all game saying Carlton is shit, Carlton is shit. 2 minutes after the game, you don't even wear anything Freo. You put a jumper on and you're wearing a Geelong hat and an Adelaide scarf. Do not talk to me about me pissing off my team. Yeah, I swore at my team. Yeah, I was giving my team grief. But I don't take off my Carlton clothes and put on a Collingwood scarf. Are you a Fruit Loop or what? First a Geelong hat, Adelaide scarf, covers his Freo jersey. Mate, go for one team and stick with that team. If your team loses, suck it up, wear it next week, and keep supporting your team. Don't just buy another team at half time. Oh, my God. The supporters are driving me insane this year. Sorry, but that's my rant of the week. Imagine an Adelaide supporter going to buy a Port Adelaide hat at half time. I would be sick in my stomach if I saw that. If I saw a Carlton supporter going up at half time, coming back with a Collingwood gear, I would go up to him and I'll throw up in his face. That is disrespectful. So to that Freo guy, if you're watching HFD Media, because I told you to watch HFD Media this week, if you're that guy, never, ever stop supporting your team, you Fruit Loop.
100%.
That's Johnny Carlton's rant of the week. Anyways, back to the Carlton game. As I said, I don't know about what King thinks about the game, but obviously we'll get to that. But as I said, yeah, look, it wasn't Carlton's best performance. Obviously, we haven't won a game in Adelaide. The curse is gone. The streak's ended. Goodbye, Adelaide. We're coming back next year. We're going to win again. So, yeah, look, good game to be at. It was a bit, but my reaction before the game when obviously you saw me going crazy like a spastic. That's just footy for you. And at the end of the day, my team won and I was a happy man. So, Carlton, thank you for making Adelaide even more perfect. I appreciate that. You made the trip more grateful. So, obviously, back in Melbourne this week, get to see my boys. J-CROM, I'm sorry, but this week we're not friends. But, yeah, as I said, go to Blue Baggers, 4-0. Let's bring the premiership home, Blue Baggers. So,
all right. All right, J-CROM, did you catch this one?
Yeah, I did. I have to agree with Johnny Carlton. He summed it up a lot there. I did think Fremantle were the better side, and it definitely was touched. But yeah, if you're a Freo supporter, you'll be filthy with that. It's a clear touch, and I understand the dissent because I'll be spewing if I was a player. I'll be right in that ref's face as well, saying, what the fuck was that about? But yeah, look, Carlton 4-0, great start to the year. Even Fremantle's had a great start. So yeah, look, it's just a blimp for Fremantle. Hopefully, it doesn't affect their, for their sake, their finals run. And yeah, look, it was a great game and it was an exciting finish. And yeah, that's it, man.
All right, King of the North. King of the North. Carlton supporter, you watched this live. Did a watch along? You had all the crazies in the chat going crazy, and it was a full on game. What? Johnny, stop touching your mic there.
Sorry, man.
It's so loud. King of the North, what did you think of the game?
We got a nice crowd in the watch along. Lots of Carlton supporters are in there as well, so that was good. Yeah, Freo just really outplayed us really for the whole game. It was like they're a good side. They're going to be they're up and about. So I'd be, if I was any team, I'd be worried if I was playing Freo. And yeah, they showed that they can play, and they're up there in the top 8. So yeah, I was so happy that we come back. I got my first sledge on TikTok comments as well in the thing for enjoying the end of the game. So that was fun. So I got that, and but just some stats. Brayshaw 38 disposals. He was outstanding. Clark with 30 for Freo. We didn't really fire in the forward line. That was the problem. So Curnow kicked 3, Kennedy kicked 2, Cottrell kicked 2, but Harry went okay, but he was rucking. So they had him in the ruck, and like he just wasn't down the end to kick his bag of 5 or whatever. Saad was good. Saad was unreal. He was just all over the place. 25 disposals, but yeah, it was touched and we were lucky. So just one of those things, but we got the points. So, but I found this guy I found this Freo supporter on TikTok, and I just wanted to show you this quick TikTok from this Freo supporter, and I haven't laughed so much in a long time. So just take a look at these guys. Yep.
Right in front of me. Freo were robbed right in front of me. Right in front of me. Absolutely. Freo were robbed right in front of me. Right in.
I mean, it doesn't have the same ringtone as the Crows one.
No, it doesn't.
It's up there. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It is. It is.
Geez.
Sorry, J-CROM.
Sorry, J-CROM. J-CROM.
I just hate this show.
I just want to watch that celebration again, guys, because it was so good. Let's have a look. Let's have a look again. There's that chair. That was awesome. Okay, well done, man. I'm glad. Oh, you know how glad I was so happy that they won for you because I wanted you to enjoy your time here and sometimes when you go away and you see a loss, it's never the same, is it? So to see a win is what you were looking for, man. So congratulations, man.
Well, to get people to say that you're very entertaining at the footy, I don't know if I could take that as a good thing or a bad thing. But as I said to people, if you ever want to come for any entertainment, just go to the Carlton game with Johnny Carlton. You will not miss a moment. So,
was that Freo guy in the background in that video?
Yeah, he was on that side. He was on the back.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, there you have it, guys. Carlton move on and big game this week, but we will talk about that soon. All right, let's get through this one. The next one this is a double header. This was a double header at the Adelaide Oval. It was the Bulldogs versus the Cats in a close one. 14-7, 91 Bulldogs to 14-11, 95 Cats. Just get the win. I watched most of this game. I thought Geelong controlled the game pretty much the whole way. Bulldogs, they seemed to threaten a little bit, but you never thought that Geelong were out of control, I think. So I thought Jeremy Cameron had a blinder. He was back to his best. They just Geelong were just the better team on the night. It was a close game, which was good to watch. But Bulldogs, just not as good as the Cats on the night. So, Johnny Carlton, did you stay for this one, or did you venture off? Were you too because we couldn't get in contact with you after you were uncontactable. What happened?
Yeah, so I said to my boys, I was like, I'm not going to drink before the Carlton game because I never do. But if we win afterwards at the Geelong Bulldogs game, we're staying back here, and I'm getting absolute blinded. So we did, but there's a little bit of a story. After Carlton won, I was wandering Adelaide Oval, and there was these two girls, and they were selling things, and I was very suspicious. They were selling all these arts and crafts, and I was like, mate, I don't know if this happens at Adelaide Oval, but they were selling arts and crafts. They were going around. So I gave it a look, and I bought a whiteboard for $20, right? A whiteboard. I went back to my seat, and I'll show you what I wrote on the whiteboard. And I was lifting this up for 2 quarters of the Bulldogs and Geelong game. You ready? This is what I had on my watch. So this is the whiteboard I bought. Nice, clean whiteboard. This is what it said.
No way.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yo.
So I had one drink in my hand. I had the whiteboard in my hand. I was blinded. I was an idiot, and I said to my mates that the first 5 rounds are on me. So we absolutely lined up at the pub, and we were going crazy after the Carlton win. So my mate's missus took my phone and she put it in her bag. So I had no phone. All I had was the drink and the whiteboard. And I was writing weird stuff on the whiteboard, but we ended up with HFD Media. I can't say the other stuff that was on the whiteboard because that's not PG. But as I said, look, going on to the game, it was first half. It was a bit boring. I was just still getting over the Carlton win, but as I said, Bulldogs fight back, and poor little Riley Sanders going the wrong way, the little kid. So that was a bit funny. I thought he was on a Carlton hangover like me. I thought we were going the wrong way too. But as I said, feel sorry for the kid. But look, Bulldogs came back, and I actually thought they were going to steal it. But Geelong held on, and I was sitting next to a Geelong supporter. His name's Flynn. I said I'll give him a shout out. He said he's going to follow the boys. So Flynn, thank you for following. I saw him follow it right in front of me. So Flynn, thank you. Congratulations to your Cats. And what a good game. And it was just a good game to be going for both teams. I was clapping for the Bulldogs. I was clapping for Geelong. I had them both on my shirt and my jumper. It was a good night. So just to sit back, relax, enjoy some cold ones after Carlton win, and enjoy a nice game of footy was good. So yeah, Geelong just getting over the win. But yeah, good game to watch. So
Yeah, no, it sounds like fun, man. Sounds like fun. CROM, did you catch this one?
No, actually, I didn't. But yeah, look, Geelong, what a start to the season. And like I said last week, it's just that type of side to just bounce back and get in contention all of a sudden. I wouldn't go as far as who made the prediction in the chat that they're premiership worthy this year? I think someone mentioned earlier. Look, I wouldn't go as far as that, but yeah, it looked like a good game on paper. And yeah, congratulations to the Cats.
Yeah. Cats look they look good, don't they? They're surprising me this year. They got some. I mean, they coached very well. Chris Scott's a good coach, so yeah, should never have doubted Geelong. King of the North.
Yeah, this was a really good game. Watched this one as well, and yeah, the Bulldogs were right up there. Just Geelong kicked away in the last little bit at the end, and got away with the win. But yeah, no, they were outstanding. The Dogs. The big guns shined. Bonampelli with 35 disposals, Liberatore with 35 disposals, Treloar with 37 disposals, and a big shout out for Sam Darcy, who's the rising star this week, and he kicked 3 goals. So yeah, he's done really well. But yeah, they played really well. Cameron 27 disposals, 2 goals. Stengel 4 goals. So he pretty much saved it for Geelong, I reckon, with his 4 goals. So yeah, just a really entertaining game. And I was the same. I was back and forward and just enjoying watching both teams. So yeah, really good one.
Does that hurt Johnny CROM about Stengel or?
Well, it is what it is, man. It's just more misery. I just hate how
Sorry about that, Johnny CROM.
I'll talk about the fiction list later, how rigged it is, but yeah, it's all bullshit.
All right. Well, that concludes the Saturday's games. So that was a crazy Saturday and Friday. Gone to Sunday. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the first Sunday game was Gold Coast versus the GWS Giants, and 13-11-89 Gold Coast to 8-9 117. I did watch some of this one. I thought that it was a bit closer than the final score does suggest. I thought Gold Coast were in the game pretty much all game, apart from the last probably 5-10 minutes where GWS just kicked away. Jesse Hogan, I mean, how good is he? It was good. But yeah, Gold Coast are coming, man. Like, if you're a Gold Coast supporter, you know, you're going to be happy with what they're doing. Hardwick is still new, and I think they're playing pretty exciting footy. They're going to be, I reckon, in the next year or so. Watch out for Gold Coast, that's all I can say. But GWS are doing what they're doing. They're a good side there. That's why they're the top of the ladder, and probably going to be top of the ladder all year, to tell you the truth. I heard someone say, like, these guys are massive. Like, they've just got big bodies as well, and they're quick. And yeah, but well, I'm going to go to Johnny CROM for this one, CROM, because you did go to the game. Now, did you watch any of it or what?
A bit of the first quarter. It just, honestly, man, the atmosphere, going with the boys, it just ended up being a piss up and just chatting and just talking to everyone in the crowd. And I was more upset about, $14 beers we're paying there. And I didn't realise the beers are not that expensive now. So, yeah, every round was a killer. But, yeah, it was good atmosphere. It was a nice day. I think I got a little bit sunburned on the forehead. We ended up jumping on one of those buses that Johnny Carlton was talking about straight after, because we caught an Uber up there and we just got on some random bus and ended up taking us to Adelaide Oval, but we ended up going from Adelaide over to the Nord Food and Wine Festival. But yeah, it's another story. But yeah, so I didn't see much of the game. I couldn't even tell the players, man. I don't know, like, I didn't have my glasses there, so I couldn't see who was getting the ball. But obviously, I think Toby Green had a good game, got 5 goals. Look, GWS continue their winning streak. And yeah, like you said, Gold Coast are up and coming side, and it was a great day all in out. So yeah, enjoyed myself.
Beautiful. Johnny Carlton, did you end up watching this one?
No, I didn't. I was in Glenelg watching WrestleMania, so more important things on the Sunday morning. So saw WrestleMania. So I didn't see any of this game, but I was keep checking the scores here and there. But it looked like a tight contest until the fourth quarter, until the Giants just ran away with it. But and as I said, look, Mel Barker, it's one of the places I want to go next year for Gather Round. I said to the boys, we have to make one game to Mel Barker. I want to go up there and see how it is. We went to Norwood. I'm guessing it's a lot more smaller than Norwood. And I'm guessing there's a church right next to the ground too. But I want to go to Mel Barker next year. Just want to see the atmosphere and the crowd. But as I said, I didn't watch this game because more important things. But I saw Giants were too strong at the end. So they're going to be a tough team to beat this year, the Giants. So
100%. King of the North. Now this is one you didn't watch. Unbelievable.
I did actually watch it before the watch along. So
there we go.
I did watch this one. And thanks to the lifestyle and wine reporter, CROM as well. So that's GWS. So all through the game, there was 2 points in it all the way through, and I thought the Gold Coast were going to give it a real nudge, but GWS just in the last 15 minutes, 10 minutes were just turned it on, put it up another gear, and kicked a barrage of goals, and that was all over it. So Green kicked 5, Hogan kicked 4, Brown kicked 3, Whitfield kicked 29 disposals and 18 kicks. So they were outstanding. King kicked 3 goals for the Gold Coast. Anderson 33 disposals and a goal. And my man Sam Flanders, he was 29 disposals, 19 kicks, 7 marks. He goes all right, Flanders. So he's one of the boys. Besides my other favourite Carlton player, my 3 goal player. So good on you, Sam. Come on the pod when you hear about us on Twitter. Now that we're promoting ourselves on Twitter as well. And so it was a good game, and but GWS just too good. So all good.
All right, awesome. Thank you, King of the North. Johnny Carlton, I've got a question. There's a question here from Dragonfly. He goes, Johnny Carlton, is Adelaide letting you come back again? Weren't you mischievous ratbag this weekend? Are they going to let you through the border again?
Oh man, I'm pretty sure Adelaide will let me through the border, mate. 100%. I think they love me more than you did, mate. So I'll be definitely back in Adelaide, so you can keep being a sook. So that's fine by me.
The King will be probably there next year as well. So look
out. King will be there. That's what we want. It's what we want. All right. Now.
Probably an incident supporter.
Nah, he's Melbourne.
Melbourne. I didn't say anything bad about Melbourne, so he can go.
Nah, he's a good bloke. Dragonfly's a good guy. He's just having a bit of a laugh. But all right, that was that game. Next game is Richmond versus St Kilda. This one was at Norwood Oval again. Close game. Richmond 9 goals 660 to St Kilda 9 goals 1367. Man, I was watching this game, man. I watched the first half because I had to go to work, and St Kilda could not get a goal. They scored 1 goal like about 2 minutes to go until the half. So I was like, what's going on? are they gonna actually go scoreless in the whole half? It was unbelievable, and Richmond were playing great. Like they're Shea Bolton far out, kicking goals from everywhere. So you thought it was going to be Richmond's day, and then second half happened, and then St Kilda woke up and started kicking goals and looked like the team that we all thought they were going to be coming into the game. And St Kilda get the chocolates. It was a close game at the end. Richmond could have pinched it, but look, talking about Richmond, I know a lot of people say they're a third, bottom three team. They're going to upset a few. They're going to upset a few clubs this year because they play with a lot. Their youngsters are really good. I don't have the stats in front of me because the King of the North does, but yeah, it's I think they're not a bad side. They're not terrible like we all thought they were. So I know Johnny Carlton's probably going to crucify me for saying that, but I think they're not about like for what they have and what they've lost. Like they've lost a few players. Dusty came back in the side this week too, but yeah, their pressure was great, and yeah, I mean they did let them back in the game in that second half. St Kilda are a good side, and they're well coached by Ross Lyon. But yeah, I thought Richmond were worthy opponents, and yeah, another close one at gather round. Johnny Carlton, did you end up going to this one?
No, look, I was supposed to, but thank God I didn't because this game sounded boring as hell. But yeah, no, unfortunately I didn't. I was getting ready to go to the Collingwood game, but yeah, as I said last week, I gave Richmond credit, and I said their pressure was elite against the Sydney Swans, and their pressure was amazing from the start as well. But then we all know what happened. The fucking same old Richmond came out to play. The shit guys came out to play, and obviously this was the battle of the two clowns. Like last week, St Kilda were clowns, losing to Essendon. But yeah, as I said, look, St Kilda. I was talking to King of the North in the last minute. I called him while he was on the live, and I said to the King of the North, "Tell me what's going on, because I can't hear anything. The game's too loud." And King of the North was telling me that St Kilda was going to win, and I had the biggest smile to my face. So
that's the
good
best.
to see St Kilda beat Richmond, and yeah, thanks King for the live commentary in the last 1 minute of the game. So
No worries, anytime.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, anyway, look, as I said, yeah, I think Richmond are a better side than we give them credit for. But CROM, did you get a glimpse of this one?
No, unfortunately not. But I do agree with Chris by scoreline that, yeah, Richmond are going to do some upsets this year, and we probably judged them a bit wrongly at the start of the year that they're going to be a basket case. So, yeah, look, they beat Sydney the week before, I believe, and they gave St Kilda a decent run. So, yeah, I'll be worried as a Crow supporter to play them, that's for sure.
Chris Beach, let me just read what he said before we get to the King. He goes, I was at this one before heading straight to the airport. First half was horrific. Richmond should have put them away when they had the chance, but credit to the Saints, they unconvincingly got it done. So there you go. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, Richmond had their chances in that first half to really put them away, but they didn't. And Saints were always going to come back. If you don't put sides away, you don't make them pay when they're supposed to pay, then they can definitely come back. So, good on Richmond for trying, and St Kilda just a better team at the moment. King of the North, you did watch this one. I know that one. You did a double header.
I did a double header on this one. Yep, and look, it was a tale of two halves. That's all I can say. Richmond were just so dominant in the first half, and as B says, it was just they just destroyed St Kilda and should have just put them away, and it should have been just a flogging to Richmond. Shea Bolton just had an absolute blinder. Kicked 4 goals. He was just everywhere. Dusty Martin, 30 disposals, 21 kicks. Taranto was good. Like, all the big guns were just playing really well. And then they'd kicked, that, as you said, they kicked 1 goal. St Kilda kicked 1 goal at by half time. And then, like, it was like the heavens opened and this new team came out on the field and St Kilda just started to come from nowhere. And next thing you know, they're in front, and then they beat Richmond. So Johnny Carlton is absolutely hysterically excited about this. It was fantastic. The Richmond guy was just capitulated so badly in the second half. But they asked Ross Lyon at full time what happened with how can you have two different halves? And he goes, at half time, an alien ship landed at the back of the stadium and 22 new St Kilda players came out and then came out on the field.
Who said that? Wait, who said that?
Ross Lyon at the press conference.
Oh my God.
And he was a classic. So yeah, it's the weirdest game I've watched. It was just bizarre that they could come back and they just won. But some stats for St Kilda: Steele 33 disposals, 21 handballs, 10 tackles. He was outstanding. Sinclair with 29 disposals, Wangareen Millera with 27, and Hill with 27 disposals, and Higgins with 2 goals. So yeah, it was just a bizarre game. You won't see another game like it this year, I don't reckon. But yeah, Richmond blew it, and Saints got out of jail.
Far out. Well, there you go, guys. There you go. Joy goes, AFL should pay a fine to Ross Lyon because that was pure gold. So
that's right. They should.
Pure gold. All right. Next game, guys. Next game. Let's go. Last game of the round. Gather round. This was at Adelaide Oval. It was the Pies, Collingwood, 11-11-77 defeats the Hawks 11-6-72. I was gobsmacked with this one. I didn't think the Hawks were going to stand a chance. I said I think 40 points last week they're going to win by or something. For Hawthorn to nearly beat the reigning premiers at Adelaide Oval, that's a huge game for them. And yeah, I was barracking hard for them. I was hoping they're going to win. I was watching the watch along with King of the North, and I was hoping they were going to win, and just fell short at the end. Collingwood just too good, in moments. But yeah, it's nice to see Collingwood not smashing sides, and especially sides that are supposed to be down the bottom. So I fear for Collingwood. If you're a Collingwood supporter, I would not be happy with the way your team's going. I'm sorry, you beat Brisbane. You beat Brisbane by, you convincingly beat them, but they're on the way down. They're having a bad run, and then you just beat Hawthorn. So it doesn't look good for Collingwood. If you're going to go play the GWSs, you're going to go play the Carltons, you're going to go play the top team, Sydney, Port Adelaide, even Port Adelaide. I'm telling you, if you start playing the way you're playing, you're going to get found out very, very soon. So Collingwood, mass disappointment. If you're a Collingwood fan, especially you're the reigning premier, and kudos to Hawthorn. Hardwick going into that forward line was a stroke of genius. So he should be playing in that forward line every single week. He could have won it for them. I think he missed one, like an easy shot.
He did. Yep.
Yeah, so they could have won it. They could have stolen the Hawks, but look, they didn't, and unfortunately they lost. But it is what it is. Johnny Carlton, I know you went to this game. You're with the Hawthorn faithful. Did you have your Hawthorn beanie on? Were you in disguise? Tell us your story, Johnny Carlton. Tell us the Hawthorn story.
Yeah, look, so I said to my mates, I was like, I'm going out to gather round with a bang. So had a sunnies on, had a hat on, had the yellow hat on, had sunnies on, had this on. No one knew I was Johnny Carlton. I was sitting in the Hawthorn cheer squad for about the first half. And then I decided, you know what? It's gather round and we're going to go to a blast. So I decided to walk around the stadium, find an NPC in the Collingwood cheer squad. Third quarter's happening, the game's on. Take off my gather round shirt, take off my scarf. I'm walking down the aisles with a Carlton jersey on with my TikTok out loud and proud. Giving the Collingwood supporters crap. Security came up to me and told me to sit down or else I would get kicked out. So that was not fun. But sat down. Became the biggest Hawthorn supporter in the whole Collingwood cheer squad. Collingwood supporters were so quiet. Hawthorn kicked the goal. I was the only one. I was like, come on, you Hawkers. And all these Collingwood supporters were just looking at me. And just like, I felt like I was about to get killed. I felt like I was like, oh no, here we go. I won't be back to Melbourne safe and sound. I'm going to get killed after this game. So, yeah, no, look, Hawthorn nearly stole it. McDonald had a perfect chance to put them in front, but he missed the goose. I was like, McDonald! Yeah, sorry, Collingwood fans. If you think you're going to make it this year, don't be silly. You can't even nearly beat Hawthorn. You guys are in trouble this year, and don't say, oh, we won the flag. Yeah, you're cool, you won the flag, but you're struggling to beat Hawthorn and you beat Brisbane. You're not. I will be surprised if you guys make finals this year. Just saying the truth.
Yeah, it's looking that way. It's definitely looking that way.
But full credit to Hawthorn. 5 goals down, and they nearly came back and stole it. And I was the biggest Jack Ginnivan supporter this week in my life. So congrats to you, Jackie Ginnivan.
Awesome. CROM, did you have a look at this one?
I didn't watch this game, but I did watch the last quarter at the Food and Wine Festival. And it was quite funny because we were standing watching the game on the big screen. It was just a few of the boys there. And about 10 minutes to go, the crowd around the screen was building. And there was at least about 50 of us just watching the game. And I reckon everyone was going for Hawthorn. And so there was not one Collingwood supporter anywhere to be seen. And, as soon as the final siren and Collingwood won, everyone just, walked off pretty unhappy. So it was you could tell the hatred towards Collingwood and, even if you're just, so everyone was going for Hawthorn, the underdogs. Unfortunately, they didn't get the chocolates. But, they gave Collingwood a good run, and I have to agree with Johnny Carlton. I can't see him backing it up this year with their performances so far. So, Collingwood not that convincing, but, get the 4 points.
Yep, I agree. King of the North, you did a double header here. This was the last game of the round. You were very tired, and, you were. But you were going on. You soldiered on, and you saw a cracker of a game.
There was fatigue starting to set in, and I was starting to fall off the chair. But we soldiered on, and the start of the game, I thought, oh no, it's just going to be like a Collingwood fest, and I'm just sitting there going, oh my god, here we go. We've gone into this double header, and it's going to be just a disaster. But then the Hawks turned it around. So it finished up being a really entertaining game. Just before I do some stats, I just want to say that we managed to get almost over 700 views for the watch along. We got 81 hours of time that we had for that time that we watched.
Well done.
And we got 40, how many did we get, Ree? 41 or 42 likes, which is just unbelievable. So it was just very, we'd done well on the double header the day before, and just to do this one just out of the blue, because we were watching one game and then we go, oh bugger it, we'll just keep on going. and then we just kept on streaming and went on, and 42 likes. There we go. And the people just kept coming. So the viewers just kept on watching and kept on coming. So thanks to everybody, and thanks for the support. And it was a fun couple of days. Tiring. I was absolutely knackered by the end of it, but no, it was good stuff. But got to give Jordan DeGoey some credit. He was just like, for the Pies, he was really outstanding, and Josh Dacos was pretty outstanding. He was all over the place. So they were really good. And the one that impressed me, besides Ginnivan being thrown around like a rag doll, and the way he just come back at who's the guy down the forward line, Johnny Carlton?
My check.
Not my check. The one who took out the other player and made him retire.
Oh, Maynard.
So Maynard floored him. Remember, you know when he floored him?
Yeah.
And then he just got straight back up and just gone at him? So that was a classic as well. So Ginnivan was good. Took it up to Collingwood. 2 goals. Hardwick was just like all over the place, kicking 4 goals. But I was really impressed with Amon. He got 28 disposals, but he was just like everywhere, chasing the ball and everything. So yeah, they nearly stole it, and it ended up being a really exciting finish. And what a way to finish gather round. So yeah, it was good.
The king in the north.
Well, let's gather around, guys. Done for another year. Can't wait for next year. It's going to be massive. As I said, highlight was meeting Johnny Carlton. That was a really good time. And hopefully next year I can get tickets with all you guys. We all go together. You know, it'd be great. So
It will be.
we'll try and try to tee it up. But great weekend. And as I said, can't wait to do it again. All right.
AFL, if you're listening, please give Carlton West Coast next year and gather around. Thank you.
Can't the Crows get a decent fixture? Jesus, you guys want the jeez.
Dude, you won't. I reckon you always get Freo. I reckon it's like every year you probably get Freo.
No.
All right, this is the ladder, guys. This is the ladder, and GWS is on top. Melbourne second, Sydney third, fourth is Carlton. Geelong is fifth. Port Adelaide get to 6 with a really healthy percentage. Fremantle 7th, and the Bulldogs are sneaking into number 8. Then you got St Kilda 9, Gold Coast 10, Collingwood 11. I'd love to see that. 12 is Essendon, 13 is Brisbane, 14th is Richmond. The Crows 15th. Not too happy there, Johnny J. CROM. 16 is Hawthorn, 17 North Melbourne, and West Coast is down the bottom. So yeah, that's the ladder. All right, guys. Well, it's time for tipping, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get a bold call. So give me the heads up when the bold call comes on. But all right, all right. So first game is on Thursday night. Melbourne versus the Lions. This is going to be an interesting game. It's at the MCG. Brisbane don't always play well at the MCG, and I'm going to go Melbourne. I think Melbourne are in one of the informed teams in the comp, and I think they should get the chocolates for this one. So I'm going to go by 15 to 20 points. Johnny Carlton.
I'm going the Lions, actually. I think after their impressive win against North Melbourne, I know it's only against North Melbourne, but I feel like their confidence is back. And look, Cozzy Pickett out for Melbourne is a huge out. I reckon Cozzy Pickett gives them that spark and that pressure. But I just feel like lately, just Brisbane. I feel like Neil, McCluggage, all those type of guys will kill it again. So I'm going Brisbane here.
All right, J. CROM.
Melbourne at home. I mean, look, Brisbane, obviously, it's only a win against North Melbourne. I think Melbourne have definitely proved themselves this year to beat the good teams. They've had some good oppositions and they've done really well. So I reckon, Melbourne just. It'll be a tight game. Melbourne by a couple.
All right, King of the North. Where are we going?
The run for Brisbane is going to be very good for him. That confidence boost is going to be really substantial. But I'll stick with Melbourne by a couple of points.
Okay, beautiful. All right, that's Thursday night. We should be doing a watch along for that one, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Next one, the Dogs versus the Bombers. This one, I think, is that Marvel on Friday night?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. After seeing the Bombers, what they did against Port Adelaide, it's hard to go. It's hard to tip them. So, and Bulldogs didn't look half bad against Geelong. So I'm going to have to go Bulldogs this one. I don't think it'll be a wipeout like Port Adelaide did, but I reckon it'll be a good 20-point win. Johnny Carlton, what do you reckon? Oh no.
Is this the bold call?
No bold call. We didn't play in Melbourne. We played in Adelaide. That's why we got lost by 60 points. We just didn't have a good performance, but we'll beat Bulldogs. But fucking bullshit. Now, look, I'm going the Bulldogs for me. Essendon will just probably make excuses again this week. But, I'm going to say what Jeremy Finlayson said. You know what he said. But, that's what you are, Essendon fans. So, enjoy that. And, Bulldogs for me. So, Bulldogs about 5 goals and Bont's going to kill them.
All right, there we go, guys. Essendon fans.
But thank you, Jeremy Finlayson, for saying that because everyone wanted to hear that. But thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. CROM?
I think this is going to be an exciting game. I reckon. I think it'll be end-to-end sort of style, but I reckon the Bulldogs will kick away in that last quarter. It'll be a few goals in the end, but I think majority of the game will be exciting, but the Bulldogs get the win.
Okay, King of the North.
Bulldogs played really well last week, so Bulldogs by 4 goals.
Beautiful. Okay, next game. Giants versus Saints. This is back at Giants Stadium. I just think the Giants are going to be too strong. They're a super team, and St Kilda are just not up to that level yet. I think Saints will be competitive, but I think it's going to take a lot for the Saints to win. So I'm going to go Giants by 5 goals. So, Johnny Carlton?
Yeah, same as me. Giants too good in Sydney. So, GWS by about 4 goals for me. So,
CROM?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tip against GWS over there, even though I do like the Saints this year. GWS.
Yeah, and King of the North?
GWS ain't Richmond, so 6 goals.
What'd you say, Richmond?
No. They ain't any. They ain't Richmond. So GWS will get them by 6 goals.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the one we're waiting for. This is the game we're waiting for. Johnny Carlton versus CROM. Carlton versus the Crows. Is it at the MCG or Marvel? I can't remember.
Marvel.
Oh, it's at Marvel. Oh, the fast deck. The fast deck of Marvel.
Is that supposed to be?
I don't know if if it's good for the Crows or bad. I don't know. But look, judging by what Carlton's done,
good for the Crows, bro.
After what the Crows have put out, I can't see them winning this one. I think Carlton are just too good at Marvel. So I'm going to go Carlton, but look, you never know. You never know, Johnny CROM. They could cause an upset, but I don't think so. I think Carlton should win comfortably at home. Carlton for me by about 4 or 5 goals. Johnny Carlton, you can't go against your team, can you?
Look, unfortunately, Adelaide have got us at the wrong time when we're 4-0. So, unfortunately in Melbourne as well, so that doesn't help the Crows. But unfortunately with Charlie and Harry in their form, I just don't think Adelaide can keep them too quiet. And the way that they've been playing, it's just I just don't think. But I wouldn't say this will be a thrashing game. I think this will be a high-scoring game, but I just think Carlton by at least 4 goals. So, sorry, J-CROM. Tried to be nice.
Nah, I get it.
J-CROM, what is your Crows gonna perform this week, or what do you reckon?
First of all, what happened to us getting a good fixture from getting ripped off last year? We seem to play all the top 4 teams, and Port Adelaide get all the home games with the bottom 4 teams. What I don't understand. I'm getting ripped off here. But look, Carlton will win this.
You've been playing at home, though.
We've been playing at home.
You have been playing at home.
Yeah, 2 games. How many are Port?
Yeah, but you're supposed to win at home.
Look, this bloke. Well, we're not getting West Coast and Richmond's. Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, it is what it is. Everyone hates the Crows, and that's how it's going to be. And look, all I'm going to say, it'll be an absolute disgrace if we beat Carlton. Carlton should put their heads in shame if we win. That's all I'm going to say.
It'll be bad. If Carlton win, I don't know if.
Well, Carlton expected. I expect Carlton to win, but if we win, Jesus Christ, big questions on Carlton.
Yeah. Look, I just can't see it at the moment, but stranger things have happened. King of the North.
The last time me and JC were together, Carlton won by over 100 points.
Oh no!
And we may be doing it again.
Oh,
we may be at the stadium again together, and I think they're going to kick a ton again.
Oh my God!
So Carlton by 60.
oh.
One day I'll have my time in the sun again.
60 points. Oh my God.
Hey, listen, Johnny. You talk about Port Adelaide getting all these easy games. We got a hard run home, man. All right, so trust me, you guys have got an easy run home. We got a hard run home. So
I'd rather have a harder run home than at the start. At least you'll be in the 8 on that harder run. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, so wait, who'd you play? Crows played Geelong. Okay, they didn't make finals last year. So who else? You played Melbourne. We played Melbourne too.
Fremantle in the top as well.
Fremantle went in the finals last year.
And Gold Coast. We had an easy game. You can't say we've had an easy game.
Gold Coast haven't played. Gold Coast went in the finals either.
Yeah, but this year, Geelong are undefeated. Freo have only lost 1 game, and Gold Coast are 2-2. So you have to give him.
Yeah, Chris is trying to point out we've had an easy game, which is absolute crap.
And then
no.
Look at Port, but then look at Port Adelaide. You've got Essendon, Richmond. Who else have you got?
West Coast.
Essendon, Richmond, West Coast.
You know what I mean? And they're elite apparently.
No, but at the start of the season, like if you looked at the fixture, you go, okay, they didn't make the finals. Okay, West Coast is the exception. Okay, I'll give you that one. But Essendon, Richmond, they were as good as. Were they as good as Geelong?
No, they were not.
I would swap our fixtures in a heartbeat for yours, man. Are you kidding me? Are you making excuses, man?
I'm not making any excuses. I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
You got nothing to say, bro. You got the good fixtures. That's all we can say.
What can we do, man? Like that's what they gave us. I didn't I didn't give it to them.
Yeah, fucking Chad Corns is on that committee. That's what's going on. Or some sort of Corns is on there.
What? Where? What committee? What are you talking about?
There's some dodgy crap going on,
He's
man.
not, man. What are you talking about, mate? You don't know what you're talking about, man. No way. He's not on some committee. He works for Port Adelaide.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think we got Pullet in AFL House? We haven't, man. Just, get the book
I'm
out.
surprised we went to the West Coast 3 times this year.
Dude, you guys play him twice. We play him once. So there you go.
It's all crap.
Nah, man. Anyway, let's move on. All right. The Suns versus the Hawks.
At the Gold Coast?
Yeah, Gold Coast, formerly Metricon. I'm not sure what they call it now. But, the Suns versus the Hawks. Man, I think the Suns have to win here. If they don't win, then yeah, there's big problems. Well, not big problems, but this is a team they have to win. This is the kind of game they have to win. So I'm going for the Suns, even though the Hawks did, play really well last week. But yeah, Suns by about 5 goals, I reckon. I don't think Hawks are going to have games like they did last week against top teams, but I think there's going to be weeks where they are just not good. So I think, yeah, the Suns. Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, look, if Gold Coast want to be a top 8 team, this are the games that they have to win. So, and it's at home as well. So yeah, I think Gold Coast get back on the W track. So yeah, Gold Coast for me.
CROM.
What's the gut feeling on this one? I feel like it's an upset. I'm going to go to Hawks. I reckon they're going to pull a rabbit out of a hat here. They're going to get up.
Jeez. King of the North.
Suns by 2 goals. I put them in my top 8, so yeah, they have to win a few games.
All right. Next one, my boys, the Port Adelaide versus the Dockers. It is at Adelaide Oval Saturday night. I won't be going to this one. I've got an engagement party actually, but look, I just think Port's going to be too good. I think I think we're a better team than Freo. That's what I think. So they're going to bring their game they brought with Carlton. They're going to try to stop the game and play that wrestle. Yeah, what's the word? Just they don't let you move, man. They're just one of those teams that's not attractive. They're a good side. They can do it well, but I just think our firepower and our speed's going to be the key. I saw us play against them in the preseason, and that's what pretty much happened. We just outran them and. Yeah, so I think Port by at least 5 goals, 5 to 6 goals. So Port go the power. So Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, look, obviously seeing Freo live last week, they didn't really stand out for me, but seeing Port Adelaide stand out, I was there as well watching Port. So yeah, I think Port in Adelaide. If it was in Perth, I would have gone Freo. But it's in Adelaide, so I'm going Port here.
CROM, are you going to give me some good news here?
What a surprise. Port's at home again. Well, come on the Purple Haze. They're getting the 4 points for CROM. I really think they're going to do it, man. I reckon they match up well with Port. And they're just going to frustrate you guys, and they're going to win by a couple points. So,
oh, man, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. All right, King of the North. Give me some good news here, man.
I do agree with CROM as far as frustrating Port because and then they go off their game as well when they do that. So I still think they'll get away with the win. So I'm tipping Port, but I agree with John that it's a real danger game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Freo knocked them over.
Let's hope not. But anyway, I won't be at this game, but because I've got an engagement to go to. But yeah, go pair. All right, next game. I'm waiting for the bold call, man. Is the bold call coming or what?
It's all suspense.
Suspense. All right. Eagles, Cats versus North Melbourne. Is this at the Cattery? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go past Geelong at the Cattery. So Geelong by plenty, I think. I reckon. Yeah, 7 goals. 7 goals for the Cats. Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, I reckon Geelong about 30 to 40. Just Geelong too strong for North Melbourne.
CROM.
Yeah, Geelong. Easy here.
And King of the North.
Geelong.
All right. Beautiful. Okay, so the next game is the Eagles versus the Tigers. Yeah, I reckon Richmond should win over. I think Richmond should win over there. I mean, it's Eagles, but hey, you never know. This might be West Coast's first game. I don't know, actually. You know what? I'm going to go West Coast just to keep GT happy. There you go. West Coast is going to win by 1 point. There you go. Is that the bold call? It has to be. Come on.
Yes, this is Johnny Carlton's bold call.
Oh
boss.
my god! All right, let's get it up. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. The bold call, Johnny Carlton's bold call. Give us the bold call, Johnny Carlton.
Johnny Carlton's round 5 bold call of the week. West Coast will win by 25 points against the Tigers and get their first win of 2024. Can the Eagles?
Oh jeez.
Harley Reid, mate. No Dusty here. Only Harley Reid, mate. That's it. As I said, I really want to watch this game, but Callie Underwood, please do not commentate this game, please. For the love of God, please. That's it. But yeah, no, look. Bold call. Go on the Eagles. Stuff the Tigers. West Coast for me by 25 points.
That is a bold call. A very bold call. J. CROM, are you as bold as Johnny Carlton?
Yeah, stuff it, man. I don't like Richmond at all, so go West Coast. I hope they win.
Oh my god, that's 3 out of 3.
Richmond.
That's 3 out of
Ever
3.
since that grand final, I hate them. So.
All right. Can it be 4 out of 4 here? King of the North.
West Coast by 3 goals.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
GT, where are you? Loving it, bro.
GT23. Could you
GT, we're on
imagine?
board.
Could you imagine the Eagles 1-4 and Crows and Hawks 0-5? Jeez,
Come on, GT.
I'd have to laugh
gotta
like
do
this.
it.
I'd have to laugh. I'd have to laugh. But anyway, guys, what a show it was. It did go for a while, but that is it, guys. That is it. Look, I had a great time at Gather Round. Really good to meet Johnny Carlton. Had the best time with you, man. Like, yeah. And hopefully I can come to Melbourne, maybe with J. CROM, and we can all do it there. So I love how the King of the North's got his marble jumper on. It looks like the Hulk there a little bit. So yeah, looking good there, man. But guys, thank you all for coming into the chat. Joy of Unknown, Toby Crook, GT23. I had a Crow supporter in here. Power suck. Go Bombers. I mean, that's just an idiotic comment there. After you lost by 69 points.
Must be the guy behind me.
Must be, man. Everyone that came in the chat, thank you so much for coming in.
We got 20 likes tonight, so
Yeah.
thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Guys, before we do go, you guys going to the game? The Crows game?
I'm not. JC is. I'll find out tomorrow if I can get some tickets. So, yeah, but I'm going to try very hard.
All
Be
right.
gentle, Johnny Carlton. Be gentle, man.
I'll try to.
Jeez. Toby and I are going. So Ree will be there with Toby. So, yeah, that'll be good.
Chris Beach will be there.
Yeah.
The gang will be all there.
Chris Beach will be there. So, yeah, no, it'll be good. It'll be a good weekend. And footy back in Melbourne. You know, it's a sad
You're
thing,
beauty.
but, you know, Adelaide was great, but it is what it is. Guys, thank you so much for coming in, even though J. CROM gave me shit about fixtures, but yeah, it was still good. Before we go, any final words you want to say?
Yeah, just want to say, gather round. It was an amazing experience. Thank you so much, Adelaide. I know you missed me already, seeing obviously a famous star like Johnny Carlton in Adelaide with your greatness. So I know you missed me, Adelaide, but I will be back. But yeah, as I said, obviously Chris C, thank you for the amazing experience as well. Had a lovely dinner, met your amazing family as well. Shout out to them. Thank you for them being so nice to me as well. But yeah, as I've obviously gather around, thank you.
Nah, good to have you here, man. It was great to meet you, and it's going to be a lot more times to meet up and yeah, have a good time. And yeah, but and Jake from King of the North, any final words?
They should lock in Gaff around in South Australia for the next 50 years.
100%. And King of the North, are we going to have you marathon this weekend or what?
Maybe not a marathon, but I just wanted to say that we've covered the gather round as HFD footy for the first time, and the support and the people coming in and views that we've had over the two games, the two double headers that we did, and on Thursday night, just unbelievable. So thanks everybody for that. And yeah, we'll just go bigger and stronger as the year goes on.
That's it, guys. Well, if you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thank you for everyone for coming in. Thank you, King of the North. Thank you, Johnny Carlton. Thank you, J. CROM. We'll see you next time. Remember, guys, stay hunky, go the power, and yeah, check.
Go the baggers.
See you guys. Take care. Spike your hair. You know the rest. Bye-bye.